Ironheads, behold the Marquis blade, because apparently you deserve better than Temu's finest. Oh, my dearest Ironheads, gather round the digital campfire, you glorious pack of blade-obsessed, steel-sniffing weirdos. It's me, your resident forge wizard, back from the frostbitten trenches of winter with something so spectacular, so utterly chef's kiss, that you'll probably need to sit down, preferably with a stiff drink and a thesaurus, to find words for how awesome this is. I've been slaving away in the Ironhead forge, hammering molten dreams into reality. I'm here to unveil the latest masterpiece, the Marquis blade. Yes, you heard that right. A knife so fancy it sounds like it runs a medieval treasury. It probably has a better credit score than you. Now, before you start throwing your wallets at the screen or DMing me with "take my money" in all caps, I see you, Carl. Let's take a step back and address the elephant in the room. You might recall my scathingly brilliant review of the Gil-Hibben Old West fixed blade boot knife from Temu. Yes, that glorious piece of budget bin craftsmanship that probably doubled as a paperweight. If you haven't watched that video, go do it now. I'll wait. Done? Good. In that review, I promised I'd craft my own version of a knife in that style, but, and here's the kicker, way better. Like, make Gil-Hibben weep into his bandana better. And guess what? I've done it. I'd say here it is. But hold your horses, you impatient gremlins, because I've got some things to say first. To grind or not to grind, the eternal forge question. Before we dive into the Marquis's jaw-dropping specs, let's have a little heart-to-heart about the knife-making process. I know you love watching me sweat over a 2,000-degree forge, hammering steel like I'm auditioning for Thor's stunt double. Heat, hammer, press. Heat, hammer, press. Repeat until my arms are noodles and my soul is 80% carbon. Then, because apparently I hate myself, I spend hours grinding and sanding until the blade is smoother than a politician's promises. But here's the thing. Do you really need to see that every single time? Are you sitting there, popcorn in hand, thinking, wow, I hope he shows me 45 minutes of him cursing at a belt sander? Or would you rather just skip to the part where I unveil the shiny, stabby result? I'm genuinely curious, Ironheads. Drop a comment below and let me know. Am I wrong? Should I keep filming every spark and sweat bead? Or can we fast forward to the good stuff? I mean, I'm not saying I'm lazy, but I'd rather not edit another 3-hour ode to sandpaper if you're just going to skip to the end anyway. Your call. All right, enough philosophizing. Let's talk about the star of the show, the Marquis blade. Why Marquis? Because it sounds like something a disgustingly wealthy noble would carry while signing tax decrees and sipping 200-year-old wine. This knife doesn't just scream, "I have taste." It screams, "I have taste, a private jet, and a lawyer on speed dial." It's the kind of blade that makes other knives feel inadequate, like they should go back to cutting butter at the dollar store. The Marquis isn't just a knife, it's a lifestyle. It comes with a custom leather sheath so elegant, you'll want to display it on your mantle like a fine piece of art. Whether you're rocking a tailored suit or your finest, you just rolled out of bed flannel, this sheath will make you look like you've got your life together. Spoiler, you probably don't. The Marquis will fool everyone. Customization? Oh, we've got that. Here's where things get spicy. I know you Ironheads are a picky bunch. Some of you want a blade longer than your ex's grudge, others want it short and sassy. That's why every Marquis is crafted with slightly different dimensions. No cookie-cutter nonsense here. You want a hollow grind? Done. Prefer a flat grind? I got you. This is bespoke blacksmithing, baby. It's like getting a custom suit, except instead of looking good at a wedding, you're ready to fend off a bear or, more likely, open a really stubborn pickle jar. The specs. Prepare to be impressed. Let's get to the nitty-gritty because I know you nerds love numbers. The Marquis is a perfectly balanced beast, designed to feel like an extension of your hand while looking like it belongs in a museum. Here's the rundown. Blade length, 6.75 inches. Long enough to make a statement, short enough to not scare your grandma. Handle length, 4.25 inches because your hand deserves comfort, not cramps. Overall length, 11 3/8 inches of pure, unadulterated swagger. Blade width, 0.25 inches because we're going for precision, not a medieval broadsword. Weight, 9.5 ounces. Light enough to carry, heavy enough to remind you it's a serious tool. Grind. Slick, hollow ground bevel, because why settle for less when you can have perfection? Now let's talk materials, because this is where the Marquis flexes harder than a bodybuilder at a protein shake convention. The blade is forged from 15N20 and 1095 steel, a Damascus combo that's as strong as it is gorgeous. This isn't just a knife, it's a work of art. I gave it a deep acid etch to bring out the Damascus pattern, but instead of leaving it with that blackened, brooding look, I polished it to a high shine. The result? A blade that sparkles like a disco ball while still showing off those hypnotic Damascus waves. You're welcome. The handle? Oh honey, this is where it gets extra. It's a luxurious stack of brass, leather, and black G10, because apparently I decided to make a knife that could moonlight as a runway model. The guard, pommel, and pommel nut are crafted from 1045 steel, because consistency is key, and I'm not about to skimp on the details. Plus, the Marquis is a takedown design, meaning you can disassemble it for cleaning if you're the kind of person who likes to pamper their blades like they're newborn babies. No judgment. Okay, maybe a little. The sheath. American-made and fancier than your prom date. Let's not forget the sheath, because this isn't some cheap nylon pouch that smells like regret. The Marquis' sheath is handcrafted by JR's Leatherwork, right here in Missouri, the heart of America. This is leather so buttery, you'll want to write poetry about it. It's designed to cradle your Marquis like a loving embrace, keeping it safe while making sure everyone knows you're carrying something special. American-made through and through, because nothing says freedom like a knife and sheath crafted within spitting distance of each other. Why the Marquis is your new best friend. Look, I could go on for days about how awesome the Marquis is, but let's break it down to the essentials. This knife is strong. Thanks to that 15N20 and 1095 Damascus, it's tougher than your uncle's conspiracy theories. Beautiful. Polished to a mirror finish with a Damascus pattern that'll make your eyes weep with joy. Versatile. Hollow or flat grind, custom dimensions. Whatever you need, I've got you covered. Classy. That brass, leather, and G10 handle is basically the equivalent of a three-piece suit for your hand. American. Forged and sheathed in Missouri. Because America. Whether you're slicing through rope, showing off at the local knife club, just admiring it while pretending you're in a Western, the Marquis is the blade you didn't know you needed, but now can't live without. A word on craftsmanship, because I'm feeling deep. You know, Ironheads, making a knife like the Marquis isn't just about banging steel into submission. It's about passion, precision, and a touch of insanity. Every hammer strike, every grind, every polish is a love letter to the craft. I don't just make knives, I make experiences. When you hold in Marquis, you're holding a piece of my soul, probably some of my sweat. Let's not talk about that. This isn't some mass-produced junk you'll find on a sketchy website with pop-up ads. This is Ironhead Forge, where we do things the hard way because the easy way is for quitters. The Marquis lifestyle, bourbon, cigars, and zero nonsense. Picture this, Ironheads. You're the proud owner of a Marquis blade. You're sitting on your porch, a glass of bourbon so smooth it could talk you into bad decisions, a cigar puffing away like you're auditioning for a mob movie. The Marquis is sheathed at your side, gleaming in the moonlight, its leather sheath practically whispering, "I'm too classy for this neighborhood." You're the epitome of high class, a walking, do not disturb sign for anyone dumb enough to think they can bother you. Trouble? Ha! Trouble sees you, your Marquis, and that's smug. I've got a knife and I know how to use it grin, and it runs screaming in the other direction. You're not just a knife owner, you're a legend. And legends don't sweat the small stuff. They sip, puff, and let the Marquis handle the rest. Wrapping it up, because I've got more knives to make. So there you have it, Ironheads. The Marquis is here, and it's everything I promised and more. It's not just a knife, it's a statement, a status symbol, and quite possibly the coolest thing you'll own until I make something even cooler. No promises, but I'm already scheming. Let me know in the comments if you want more Forge footage, or if you're ready to just bask in the glory of the finished product. Either way, get ready to add the Marquis to your collection, because this is one blade you don't want to miss. Until next time, stay sharp, stay classy, and for the love of all that's holy, don't try to test your Marquis on your neighbor's mailbox. You are not a contestant on Forged in Fire. Ironhead Forge out.